Hello, my name is John, and today in this video we want to take a look at the different helicopters available in DCS. A lot of people on the forums and on Reddit have been asking, I'm new to helicopters, which module should I get? Or I have already flown one helicopter, but I'm not sure which helicopter to get next. And so I decided to make this little video showing the different helicopter modules available right now, and trying to give you an impression of what helicopter might be interesting for you, or which helicopter might not be so interesting. So let's get started. The first helicopter on our list is the Ka-50. The Ka-50 is the oldest helicopter in DCS, and the module was made by Eagle Dynamics. The helicopter itself is a Russian attack helicopter, and it has a wide range of weapons and ammunitions to engage ground targets and also possible airborne targets. The Ka-50 being a single-seat attack helicopter, a lot has been done to reduce pilot workload. There's an autopilot system that allows you to fly the helicopter hands-off. There's a navigation system including a moving map display to navigate. There is a data link system to share targets with your wingman and your flight, as well as an optical sensor system to find and engage targets. The Ka-50 can carry a wide variety of weapons. For example, missiles with a range of up to 7 kilometers and laser guidance, rockets that are unguided with different warheads, or it can fire its onboard 30mm machine gun at targets at a distance up to 3.5 kilometers. This makes the Ka-50 one of the most versatile modules, as it can engage different targets in different conditions. You can engage SAM units from behind cover with the long-range Vickers missiles, you can try to engage insurgents with the gun or the rockets, or you can even try to take out a ship with the anti-ship weapons also available to the helicopter. Flying-wise, the Ka-50 is quite easy to learn. It takes some time to master the autopilot system, however, once you have achieved that, the Ka-50 is a great blast to fly. On the other hand, system-wise, the Ka-50 is probably the hardest helicopter in DCS, especially because it has the most systems out of all helicopters. It being the oldest helicopter and the one longest available for DCS, there are many great tutorials out there, and I'm pretty sure you will learn everything you need to know. To sum it up in one line, the Ka-50 is the helicopter that packs the most punch, and it will give you a lot of enjoyment over a long time. In 2013, the second helicopter came to DCS. It is the UH-1H made by Belzimtech. The helicopter itself is probably one of the best known helicopters in the Western world. It was used in huge numbers during the Vietnam War and is still being used by many air forces and private operators to this day. In DCS, the helicopter fully flies a wide variety of roles. It can be used to transport troops and cargo to the battlefield, or it can also be equipped as a gunship with miniguns and rockets, as well as door gunners, and it can be used to engage light to medium armored targets. There are no computer systems that assist you during flying or employing your weapons, so everything is manual. This makes the helicopter quite easy to learn system-wise. However, it takes some skill to operate the helicopter nicely and employ the weapons effectively. Flying-wise, the UH-1H is a bit more difficult to learn than the Ka-50 or the Mi-8, just because it doesn't have the same weight as those helicopters do. Therefore it's more twitchy, and it takes a bit longer to get used to that. Once you have managed the flying part, however, there's a lot of stuff you can do in the UH-1. Be transporting ground cargo by using sling loads, or inserting troops into hot landing zones, or manning the door gunners yourself and firing at ground targets with the minigun. While I haven't flown the UH-1H very much in recent days, it was one of my favorite modules for a very long time, and I have counted up endless hours flying it. Hopefully we will get multi-crew support in the near future, which will make it a great module to enjoy with your friends. The next helicopter we're going to take a look at is the Mi-8 from Belzimtech. This helicopter is probably at least the same amount of iconic to the east as the UH-1H is to the west. The Mi-8 is fully flying the same roles as the UH-1H, however it's much bigger. In fact, it's the biggest helicopter currently featured in DCS. Flying wise, many people compare the Mi-8 to a flying submarine. However, that's a bit unfair, I guess, because the Mi-8, when loaded only lightly, can be very maneuverable. However, thanks to the autopilot and the stabilization mode, flying it is not very difficult. It can be compared to the K-50. While the Mi-8 probably has the most switches of all modules in DCS, the systems are not too difficult to learn. It's mostly remembering the startup procedure and then operating a couple of systems during the flight. Like the UH-1H, the Mi-8 can be used for various roles. It can be used as a gunship or as a troop transporter, or you can also transport sling loads. However, thanks to the high payload, the Mi-8 can do various roles at once. For example, you can carry a couple of troops into a hot landing zone and then give them fire support with unguided rockets, your grenade launcher or miniguns. Like in the UH-1H, there are also door gunners available for the Mi-8 now. Hopefully, those are soon usable with multi-crew. Currently, the Mi-8 is one of my favorite helicopters, if not the favorite helicopter. It fully flies a wide variety of roles and is great fun to fly. It has a lot of systems that you can learn if you want so, like the navigation systems or the Doppler radar system or all that stuff, and that makes it a great module in my opinion. The latest helicopter added to DCS World is the SA-342 Gazelle, made by Polychop Simulations. The Gazelle is a French light attack helicopter. There are 3 different versions simulated in DCS. The M variant carries up to 4 Hot 3 air-to-ground wire-guided missiles. Those have a range of up to 4.3 kilometers and are guided via the Vivan optical sighting system. The M version carries an onboard cannon as well as up to 8 unguided rockets. The last version is the Mistral version and it can carry up to 4 IR guided air-to-air missiles. System-wise, the Gazelle is not too complicated. It has an INS navigation system that you have to get your head around, and once you have managed that, you're all good to go. However, flying the Gazelle is a completely different topic. Being the lightest helicopter in DCS, even with the help of the autopilot system, it is very hard to fly. At first you will find that the Gazelle is very twitchy. However, after some time you will get used to that. Still, the Gazelle is probably the hardest helicopter in DCS to fly, followed by the UH-1H with a big separation. Due to the low payload, the amount of weapons you can carry at any point is very limited. For example, the M version can carry a maximum of up to 4 Hot 3 missiles if you leave back some of the fuel. This will really make you think about which target you will leave alive or which target you will kill, and is an interesting aspect of gameplay as well. At this point I also want to note the Mistral version, as it can carry 4 infrared guided air-to-air missiles. I think we never had that before in DCS and it's quite fun to try that as well. I think the Gazelle is a very nice helicopter, however it might not be very well suited for beginners. If you don't have rudder pedals or you don't have a proper joystick, you won't have a lot of fun in the Gazelle. And I also think, as an introduction to DCS helicopters, it might be a bit too hard, especially on the flying part. If you don't have fun and you never fly again, then there is no point in trying it, I don't think. As a final conclusion, if you're new to DCS or new to the helicopters in DCS, go either for the K-50 or the Mi-8. Both of them are great modules on their own, and both of them are comparatively easy to fly. If you have already flown 1 or 2 modules in DCS, maybe you're interested in going for another one of them. All of them can be learned, and I guess especially if you have some experience in one of the modules, converting to another one is not too difficult. And to sum it up, I hope you could learn something in this video, and thank you very much for watching. I hope you had as much fun watching it as I had making it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And yeah, thank you very much for watching and fly safe.